joined by senior TRS leader, working president, mod and IT minister, Mr. KTR. So, sir, you were speaking about several issues across the state and across the country, we can say. So, let's start with the ongoing issue in the state.
And today's parlance would be every single political party across the nation is engaging the services of one consultant or one strategist or another. So the TRS has chosen to side with IPAC. Now what happens beyond this is nobody's business. I mean, the Congress, the BJP, they have their own strategists, they have their own agencies that work with them. When we have no problem with their agencies and their strategies, why should they have any with ours? I'm saying that the Telangana Rashtra Samiti is a formidable force in Telangana, and we will definitely trounce our opposition, will come back victorious for a third term, a hat-trick, with the blessings of the people. Because, Honorable CM has delivered on every promise he's made. Honorable CM has delivered on the most important promise, the decades-long aspiration of the people of statehood. So therefore, in my humble opinion, I think we are going to come back victorious in 2023. IPAC or any agency for that matter can only augment your efforts, can supplement your efforts. They're not going to win elections for you. So therefore, the TRS on its own cadre base, on its own manifesto, on the promises it has made, on the work it has delivered as a government in the last 8 years, is going to the people and is going to seek the vote and their blessing. I'm confident that with our campaign, with our efforts and with people's support, we will come back victorious. Rabble-rousing is a part of politics. I'm sure everybody understands it in today's world. We don't take the opposition here very seriously because they are a discredited bunch, and I think the people will show them their place. In fact, without me having to say anything about their position in Telangana, I think the people will show them the place. It is a very, very logical and a natural thing. If you ask me, what is Prime Minister Modi's biggest strength today? I think Prime Minister Modi and Bharatiya Janata Party's biggest strength is the fact that Congress is their main rival. Because wherever they have run into a credible opposition, they have been trounced. For example, in Bengal, in Telangana, in Punjab, wherever they have run into a credible opposition where the opposition actually could take them head on, they have actually lost. But in cases where Congress is their principal opposition, I think they thrive and they do well because the Congress party itself, over the last 75 years, the people of this country have been extremely generous. They have given them chances, over 50 years. So they are a tried, tested and a dusted commodity. So the Congress as a party has lost its relevance and they've become redundant. So what happens then when they run against BJP is BJP looks invincible and infallible. That's the matter of fact. In Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, wherever there is an opposition government, opposition pact or opposition government in India, BJP is using the institution, the constitutional positions and constitutional agencies also to further their political cause. This is a cause for great concern for all people who want a flourishing democracy and a BJP government also. Because remember when Prime Minister Modi, when he himself was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, he made a fabulous speech saying any governor should be a non-political person. Poonch Committee, Sarkaria Commission, he was quoting all these reports. And he himself made a statement that non-political, apolitical person should be governors. But he goes ahead and, announces the Tamil Nadu BJP president as the governor here. So there is bound to be, some political activity from Raj Bhavan, which will certainly cause some inconvenience to some. We have completed that, we have passed that bill about 6 years ago, I think. So I think Telangana has also shown the light and has been the torchbearer in this front to the rest of the country, I can claim. Listen, governor is a nominated position. In democracy, it is the democratically elected government that has to take center stage. Anybody who assumes or believes that they are superior is certainly daydreaming, is what I would say. Use of constitutional positions is something that the Bharatiya Janata Party government has indulged in for a long time now. I think it's time they take a relook at their strategies. It's time that they take a relook at their modus operandi, because the people have also come to see through it. Governor should function in a political fashion, rising above petty political considerations. When that does not happen in a democracy, ultimately people will teach anybody who believes otherwise a befitting lesson. I mean, anybody who's watched the Narendra Modi government over the 8 years will agree. I mean, I'll give you a specific example. In India, there are, I think, 20 plus states where BJP government is in power. Have you seen any ED, CBI raids on any BJP leader and any minister? सबके सब दूध के दुले हुए हैं क्या? या सबके सब राजा हरिश्चंद्र के कजिन हैं? मैं कहता हूं कि आज ED, CBI, IT जैसे इंस्टीट्यूशंस का अब्यूज जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की गवर्नमेंट कर रही है, this will boomerang on them big time because people are watching. जो दो MP लोग तेलुगु देशम में जब थे, एक CM रमेश और सुजनाथ चौधरी, जिन पे ED ने केस लगाया था, वो बीजेपी में शामिल हो जाते हैं तो केस गायब हो जाते हैं. तो ये सारा जनता देख रही है, सारा हिंदुस्तान देख रही है. सो बीजेपी बेटर मेक अमेंड्स, रिवाइज इट्स स्ट्रैटेजी एंड बिहेव डेमोक्रेटिकली इफ इट कैन. We are a third world country, we are a poor country, and we're on the cusp of completing 75 years after independence. Unemployment rate is the highest in 45 years. Inflation is on a 30-year high. Unfortunately, nobody wants to talk about it. People are interested in other stuff, which is fringe if you ask me. So therefore, my humble request to my fellow citizens, my brothers and sisters is, let these issues be the points of debate. Unemployment, inflation, which is causing a price hike of necessary commodities, day-to-day essentials. All of these issues, unfortunately, have taken a backseat, which is unfair to the common man of this country. You had the courage to ask the Prime Minister of this country a similar question. Unfortunately, he doesn't hold press meets. I know that. And he doesn't have the courage to answer the questions of media. But we do. I respectfully ask you to look at every single instance where this purported incidents have happened. How did the government respond? Did we shield any of the accused? Did we not act swiftly? Did we not put behind the people, all these accused, behind the bars? Now there is a trial going on. Trial cannot be by media. Media cannot decide कि किसने गलती किया. मैं बस यही कहना चाहता हूँ, जो लाखमीपुर में हुआ, बरेआम, खुलेआम सबके सामने 8 लोगों की मर्डर की जाती है. ना वो मिनिस्टर सॉरी कहते हैं, ना प्रधानमंत्री कुछ कहते हैं. तो मैं बस इतना ही कहूंगा, लॉ ऑफ द लैंड इन तेलंगाना is being implemented and it will continue to be implemented irrespective of political considerations. Minister, just because our opposition shouts and makes an issue out of it,
but he has stated in the dying declaration.
Is there a that's what I'm saying. Is there any evidence to it? I mean, if I accuse that the state BJP president is a mass murderer, would you just go ahead and file a case and put him behind bars? There is a law of the land, which has to prevail. So please, let there not be a trial by media. Let there not be a circus that is created by opposition, which you also fall a trap into, which you also fall into that trap. It is a non-issue which has been created by the Bharatiya Janata Party. They have instigated a youth to consume pesticide. I don't even know what the grouse was. So the point is, Bharatiya Janata Party, which unfortunately has not delivered on a single thing for Telangana. Not a single national institution, not a single national project status, not a single support that they can claim. Unfortunately, has to indulge in diversionary tactics such as this. It is nothing more than that. You indulge in such silly, petty politics. Unfortunately, if anybody has to be blamed for the death of that youth in Khammam, it is the BJP leadership, which has instigated him, which has provoked him, which has given him a pesticide bottle. They have to introspect and they have to question themselves. See, more than the Karyakartas, I think it is the leaders who are at fault, and the Bharatiya Janata Party leadership in Telangana is hopeless. We will tell you at an appropriate time. I think an appropriate decision would be taken at an appropriate time. We will certainly call for a press conference. Unlike the Prime Minister, our Chief Minister holds press meets and he talks to the media. So we'll definitely convey it to you at an appropriate time.
So that was, Minister exclusively speaking to Times Now and speaking about several issues. He has described how, BJP is instigating and also how BJP is also going against their own Karyakartas and also several other issues.